It may look like I'm making these mini paper airplanes, but I'm not. I was scrolling through Instagram a couple weeks ago, I think, and there's this account called The Far Woods, and they make a bunch of beautiful art prints. I actually have two in my cart on Etsy right now, but they're doing like little advent days where they have mini tutorials or, I don't know, little fun things to do during the holidays. And one of them being making this paper ornament, like origami style. And I thought it was so cute. Like the moment I saw it, I'm like, I want to make this. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I wanted to like have a little gift topper for all of the gifts that I'm making for everybody, especially because this year I am planning on just using like paper grocery bags to be more sustainable, and to make it a little bit more festive. I thought it'd be fun to put a little ornament on top, especially in like a little neutral color, and then use like twine or maybe even like colorful yarn for a little pop as like the ribbon portion of it. So I'm gonna make that for each family member, and then they all have a cute little ornament for their tree. And I went to Joann Fabrics. I wanted to get some origami paper, but I couldn't find it. But I did end up in the scrapbook section and found the most neutral colored stock paper I could find. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different shades of browns and greens. And I figured with neutral colors, it'll kind of go with everybody's like Christmas scheme on their tree, and it just kind of gives it a natural recycled look. I know I could use paper recycled throughout my house, but I actually don't really have a lot of paper, so had to go with the cardstock. And with it being cardstock, it's a little bit more difficult to fold into the little pieces, so my hands already hurt. So I think I'm only gonna do like one ornament a day. I do have an ornament making party with my friends next week if it doesn't snow, so I'm definitely gonna make more next week and share the paper with them so they can make these fun little ornaments if they want to as well. But yeah, so I have all of the pieces here. Now I just need to assemble it into the little like star shape. I should mention too, this is a free like tutorial on the Farwoods Instagram how to make this. They just have it right on their Instagram page. There's this little hand-drawn diagram essentially on how to make this ornament. So if you want to make it, you can as well. But yeah, let's piece this together and see what happens. making it, and this is what it turned out to be. It's so cute. I didn't realize that it was going to require glue, and all I had was super glue, and now all of my fingertips are super glue dried, and it feels really weird, and it will just be something fun to pick off later. This I think is going to be too big for an actual ornament, like too cumbersome on the tree. I actually think I might use it as a tree topper because it's really light in weight, and the tree topper that I have is just too heavy for my tree and it just falls off every time. So I may figure out a way to attach this, or it reminds me of like a northern star or something, and I think it'd be really cute on top. But I went ahead and made a smaller one here, and I think this is going to make a perfect size ornament. And the great thing about it is now I can make even more because it takes up less paper. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. Plans for the rest of my day, I think I'm just gonna continue knitting. I actually did finish this week the third and final pair of my nephew's socks, so I'll go ahead and show you that. Hopefully you can see it okay. Again, these are the Fårbacken socks by, I think, Erica Guselius. And if you've been watching, you know it's been a 3-pack that I'm making. So here's all 3 pairs of socks. I'm not really showing those off very well. Let me try again. Kind of like that. And I ended up making them all different sizes. When I made the first pair here, I was worried they were going to be a bit too small. So then I made a slightly larger pair with this, and then an even larger pair with the third one. And that way he can grow into these if they're too big. But I didn't want him to receive the first pair and it was just going to be too small, and then they're all going to be the same size and he wasn't going to be able to wear any of them. So that's why I made the 3 sizes. And then I immediately cast on, because like I mentioned before, I'm going to be making 1 pair of socks for my brother-in-law, so his dad, using all 3 colors, because I have quite a bit of yarn left over, and I can't really see myself making it or making anything else with it. So I'm going to hopefully try to use up as much as I can using all 3 colors. So I'm going to do the cuff, heel, and toe in the brown, and then the colorwork section in the middle will be the orange and the teal. And the yarn that I'm using is from Hobbii. It's the Rainbow 4-ply. They sent me this yarn a while ago for me to try out, and I decided to use the yarn they sent to make all of my holiday gifts this year. And if you've been following me along, you have seen all of those so far. Yes, so I'm gonna knit for a bit, and then I am going to my friend's birthday party tonight. She's also a knitter, and we're gonna go out to a bar deeper into Wisconsin. She's a farmer and she lives out there as well, and it's one of their favorite bars, so I'm gonna meet them out there. We're gonna have some fun. But I did want to show you the gift that I got her because I think it's really great. Hold on one second. So the gift I got her, I saw that Emily from High Fiber Knits had a pair of these, and she showed them off a while ago, and I was super intrigued by them. They're really funny. And my friend whose birthday is today, she mentioned a long time ago, she sent me a picture. She's like, oh, I want these so bad so I can lay down and knit. They're the Lazy Eye 90-degree view glasses, so you literally like can be like completely horizontal and knit but be able to like look at your knitting. So I haven't been able to try any myself, but maybe she'll at least let me look through these. But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap these up and bring them to her for tonight. And yeah, I'm excited. I was gonna wrap some more gifts today, but I misplaced the tape that I bought, so I have very little bit of tape left and I'm conserving it to wrap this up. But yeah, that's my plan for the rest of the night. I may or may not take you along. I'm not sure how I feel about knitting, or not knitting, filming in public quite yet, but we'll see. In the meantime, I will catch you again tomorrow. In what I am now just calling my cozy corner of the couch. Had a pretty chill morning. I made pancakes for Mitch and I. We had coffee. We watched Home Improvement all morning, and he went out for a fat bike ride with his friend. And the whole time I've just been working on the adult version of the socks, like I mentioned before, and I've made quite a bit of progress. So here is where we're at. The camera's really far away. I hope you can see this. Maybe I'll get up and show you a bit closer. So yes, those are where I'm at. It's pretty fun seeing the pattern unfold on an adult version of the socks, because since the other three that I made were so small, there wasn't a lot of room on the actual leg and foot portion, so you only got a little bit of the pattern. So I'm liking how it's turning out on here, and it's starting to give me some like Argyle vibes, but I really do like it. I think I'm gonna make these a taller, like mid-calf length sock, because I feel like that's what the person I'm knitting for would like. And yeah, that's pretty much that. I did want to update you on the sweater that I was making as well, because I got a little bit farther with it. 1 second. Okay, let me get back. Ah! So here's where I'm at with the off-grid sweater by Rose Knitwear. I started getting into a new shade of color. Not talking right today. But yeah, a little bit of ways. This has been really nice, mindless knitting. I've actually been trying to watch less TV and listen to the audiobook I'm listening to a little bit more. For those wondering, I'm listening to A Court of Thorn and Roses. I've heard nothing but great things. And so, yeah, I'm about halfway through the first book and I'm enjoying it quite a bit so far. So this has been kind of like what I bring up to bed. I've been trying to go to bed a little bit earlier and just listen to an audiobook and knit for a bit. So this is the perfect thing because I don't have to look at a pattern on my phone. It's just mindless knitting and it's great. But again, I haven't been working on this a ton because I just really want to be able to get the socks done and then the mittens I have to make for my niece, and then I'm all done with gift knitting, and that's gonna feel really good. And then I can just really hone in and focus on other projects for myself. I do have a couple acquisitions. One of them being, I'll start with the spinning. So I got another month of the Hello Yarn subscription, and I think this is my favorite color so far. So I'll go ahead and show you it. It has like a bunch of my favorite colors right now. So really into this kind of deep purple, almost lilac color. Not quite, but like a dark lilac. And of course I'm liking these deeper burgundy and like rust colors, a little bit of green in there. And then this like fun pop of teal too. And this colorway is for November, and it's called Seething Sea. Right? Yes, Seething Sea. And I think that's a very appropriate name. It kind of does remind me of a sea. So really excited. I just want to get to spinning this stuff up. I said I was going to be spinning last week, working on the Spin It to Knit It cal, and I actually didn't really get any spinning done except for reapplying that yarn. Again, I'm just so focused on getting these gift knits done because I don't want to be under a time crunch, but I really should make some time to spin just so I get to this because those colors are so fun and I just can't stop dreaming about spinning them up. But we'll see. Maybe I'll work on it tomorrow. Maybe I won't. I do have one more acquisition. So I made 2 purchases during like Black Friday weekend, and one of them is still in the mail, but one of them I did receive, and I'll go ahead and grab that. Okay, so on Small Business Saturday, my sister and I went to the downtown area of the city we live in. They have a bunch of cute little shops down there, and we were looking through this one really cool, like high-end boutique, and they had a cashmere knit tank top on their table, and I kept feeling it, and I'm like, wow, this is so luxurious. I could totally make this because it looks exactly like the June top from Petite Knit. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I actually make it? I always say like, oh, I can make that, but I don't actually make it. And I don't really have anything in my wardrobe that's made out of cashmere. And I thought, well, I'm a knitter. I think I deserve to knit with cashmere, but it's so expensive. And I was looking at Purl Soho's website because they had 20% off that weekend, and I was looking at their Cashmere Bloom, and I sent a picture of it to my best friend. I'm like, I'm having a hard time talking myself out of this, and she was like, she's like, no one needs a cashmere tank top. And I'm like, you're right, no one needs a cashmere tank top, but maybe people want a cashmere tank top. So I ended up caving and buying 3 skeins from Purl Soho. I got their Cashmere Merino Bloom in this really fun color, which I feel like will be perfect for springtime, because that's probably when I'll get around to knitting this up. And the name of this is so appropriate. I think this is the most well-named color. It is Hydrangea Blossom. Doesn't that just look exactly like the color of hydrangea? It makes me kind of want to plant some in my yard. And of course, as you can imagine, this feels very soft because it does have some cashmere in it. The cashmere from the shop that I got was 100% cashmere. This is just 25% cashmere and 75% extra fine merino wool. But I think overall that will end up wearing better over time, and the merino wool will regulate heat a bit more. And I'm planning on making the June top with this, which I have knit before, and I love that pattern. It's such a good palette cleanser. I know that it's going to probably be pretty warm to wear in the summertime, but I kind of want to wear it as like a layering piece. I have a couple camel colored kind of boxy oversized blazers that I think this color would look really nice under. They're like the color of my hat, so I feel like those two together would look really nice. Or wear like a shacket over, or even another cardigan, who knows. But yeah, it's gonna be a good underneath piece, I think, that will really shine through with this beautiful color. It's not a color that I have in my wardrobe at all, so I'm very excited to add this to the mix. But yeah, those are my acquisitions for the week. I think I'm gonna continue just knitting away with these socks. I have been having to like kind of take a step back and tell myself like, hey, you're just enjoying the process of making it. I keep getting into this mindset like, I need to hurry and get these done just so they're out of the way. But that's not like good. That's just not good energy to have, especially going into these socks. So I'm just trying to enjoy the process and enjoy doing the color work, because I really do like knitting with color work. I really like seeing how the pattern unfolds and how the colors look together. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to keep doing this, listen to the audiobook, and then I'm going to take the dogs on another W, and we're actually going to go and meet Mitch and our friend at a brewery downtown because they allow dogs. So I think that'll be a fun little afternoon for us. And then who knows, maybe I'll do some skiing tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that's my plans for the rest of the weekend. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will catch you next week. See ya.